Line Whisperer here, coming to you on a beautiful Saturday morning, where it is always sunny in Philadelphia. We got a nice slate of games we're going to get to today. We got a couple at 12, 3:30. We got our big days, big plays bet at 7. And we got 2 nighttime games that we can fall asleep on the couch watching. Quick update on Philadelphia. Thursday night, our stupid mayor closed the city down, closed the restaurants down, closed the events down. Most importantly, closed the turf club down. Why does that matter? Normally I go and stop on Friday night for the noon games that I like to bet, and then Saturday, early afternoon, I'll go swing by to bet the later games. So this way you can watch the line. That's what the Line Whisperer does, he reads the lines. Now I had to go on Thursday night and go bet some games, and I bet on Washington State plus 1.5 against Stanford. I thought they were going to win that outright. And now it's Saturday morning, that line's already Washington plus 6. I'm sure there was some kind of COVID thing that happened to Washington State, the Cougars. So I'm probably screwed in that game. But we'll still root on the Cougars, and that's not part of some of the bets you'll hear today. So watch Washington State tonight, see what happens. And if Stanford wins that game easily, I'm going to blame our damn mayor, because our mayor sucks as he wants to shut down the city. Or has shut down the city. So we'll have to come up with a new routine. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about the Line Whisperer. And now let's go see the games we like today. So, Line Whisperer here. So let's start with our 12 o'clock kickoff games. There's 2 games we like today. First one is Duke, plus 4.5 against Wake Forest. I really didn't have any interest in this game until I see that heavy money, the public's heavy on Wake Forest, and that line's trending towards Duke. Duke was good earlier in the year, so let's take Duke plus 4.5. I'm just going to follow Vegas on that one. And the game that I do like is Coastal Carolina, minus 4.5 against App State. Coastal Carolina's been good to me this year. They've covered just about every game. I believe they're 7-0. App State's a good team, but I think 4.5, we can easily win this game by 6 or 7. And it's at Coastal Carolina. So those are the 2 early games that we like today. Duke plus 4.5 and the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, perhaps. I forget what they're called. Minus 4.5. So those are early games for the Line Whisperer. Now let's go win us some money on them. So Line Whisperer here. Had to do a wardrobe change. Because it's so sunny in Philadelphia, it's also getting damn warm in Philadelphia. The game we like at 3:30, we got our 2 12 o'clock games. 3:30, we got our Cincinnati Bearcats. They've been crushing it all year. They are also undefeated. They're playing UCF, which is a good team. Usually I like to bet UCF, but not in this case. Cincinnati's been whooping up on teams. UCF has a tendency to whoop up on teams. I think this game will be close, but I think Cincinnati can win it by 7 to 10 points. So all we need is to win by 5.5. So that's our 3:30 play of the day. We like the Cincinnati Bearcats. And now let's go see who our big days, big plays bet of the day is. Line Whisperer here. You also notice that I'm solo today. Last week's video, I had visitors, uninvited visitors, but still visitors. And what did we do? We lost our big days, big plays bet. Boston College started out 10-0, 13-3. And then they lost by, 14, and they were favored for 11.5 point underdog, so that sucked. But I blame it on the distractions that were going on. I couldn't focus properly. But now, the sole focus is on the big days, big plays bet. I'm betting it's free, up here on the RoofDeck. So now let's go see who we're taking. Alright, Line Whisperer here for the big days, big plays bet. Now, when I figure out which game this is going to be, which I have a fantastic record with, I look through the whole lineup of games, and I look for the 1 or 2 that I don't have any, try not to have any bias, try to find the 1 or 2 that stand out, like, that doesn't seem right. And I also like to find when a good team's playing a bad team, that also helps. You either bet against a bad team that always loses, like a UMass or New Mexico, which hasn't been working out that well this year, or you bet on who's a really good team. So, what game is it this week? It's going to be the Auburn Tigers, minus 10 against Tennessee Vols. I bet against the Vols quite a few times, and it's been fantastic. With Arkansas, with Georgia, and actually both times Tennessee had the lead at half, didn't score 1 second half point. Auburn's been pretty good. They just smoked LSU last week by like 40 points. The Vols are on the road. They're going to go down to Jordan-Hare Stadium. Granted, there's no fans, although down south they still might have fans. And watch our Auburn Tigers go up and down the field. I think this game, it might even be close at half. As long as it's close at half and they're not losing, Auburn, they're going to come out and smoke them in the second half. I don't know what happens to Tennessee, but they stink in the second half. They never come through. know who does come through? The Auburn Tigers. They've been playing really well this year. They got a good record. They're at home. They're going to crush the Rocky Top, and they're going to win the Line Whisperer back on a winning streak with this Big Days, Big Plays bet. So let's go Auburn Tigers, baby, and win us some money. And the Line Whisperer has a little dessert for us, little evening games that we can watch after dinner, have a nightcap, lay on the couch, turn on the fireplace. Actually, might not have to turn on the fireplace tonight, but besides that Washington State fiasco, which I was going to promote, but now that the line's going the other way, there are two games that I like, and the first one is Boise State playing Hawaii in Hawaii. Usually I like Hawaii in Hawaii, but Hawaii's not that good. Boise State is great. They've been killing it. They've crushed every team except BYU. So they're going to roll. They probably still think they have a chance at a playoff game. So we'll take Boise State minus 14 against Hawaii. They should steamroll them out there. No problem. The boys from Idaho, they won't know what Hawaii's like. They're just going to stay in their hotel. They're not going to go check out the sites. They're going to go do their business, and they're going to win by at least 17 points. So let's take Boise State tonight. Second game we like is one of my favorite teams last year is back in action finally. The Utah Utes. Utah Utes. Love that team. Love that name. Love the uniforms. They're +3 at home against USC. USC stinks. They can't cover anything. They won us a couple weeks ago against Arizona State. Should have beat them outright, but they still covered. And I think Utah covers tonight. +3, I love that, by Utah Utes. That's a 10:30 game. I believe that Boise State is 11 o'clock game. So we're going to watch our Utah Utes. We'll root them in. So I got you covered from 12 o'clock today till, about 2:30 in the morning. How that Hawaii game will go till 2:30 in the morning. And probably the Utah game. Those games take forever. USC will probably keep it close because USC has played 3 games already. And Utah probably won't be so good on defense. I could see USC being up 10 points perhaps in the first half. But then Utah, everything's going to start clicking for them on offense. And they're going to come back and they're going to beat USC. Although I'll take the generous 3 points that I'm getting with it as well. So there's our 2 nightcap games. We got Boise State minus 14 versus Hawaii. And we got the Utah Utes +3 against USC. Now let's go win us some money, baby. And the Line Whisperer usually doesn't dabble in the NFL because that's a fixed game and it's really tough to predict. But every once in a while, something catches my eye. Something just rings a bell that I like to hear. And on Sunday, there's one game that I really like. It's the New England Patriots -2 against the Houston Texans. A couple reasons why I like the Patriots. One, if they lose this game, they're out of the playoffs, and I'll never have to deal with the Patriots again, which would be fantastic. Which is not going to happen. My life isn't that good. Something tells me the Patriots, they're like Michael Myers. They just won't die. They're going to win this game, and then they're going to hang in there, and then they're going to be in the playoff hunt till the end. So that's why we're going to take... That's one reason why I like New England. If they're going to win, they're going to win me money. They're going to win the Line Whisperer money. So there's that. The Houston Texans are terrible. Romeo Crennel is one of the worst coaches in the league. You know what that means? You bet against bad coaches. Matt Patricia, Romeo Crennel, those guys always screw things up. The Texans could have a 14-point lead like they did against Pittsburgh and get beat by 10. So that'll most likely happen. I think New England's going to hang around in the first half just like they did when they beat the Ravens. And then they'll just put them away in the second half with whatever offense they have. Cam Newton, I don't even think he's thrown a throwing touchdown yet this year. So that's who we like on Sunday. We like New England Patriots -2, a Line Whisperer bonus. I don't give them out too often. So we got a bonus, New England Patriots. Now let's go win us some money, Bill Belichick.